Podcast, Episode 5. It is not Sam Hunt's episode. If you believe that, you're an idiot. Joining me, I am your host, Steve Hodge.
April Fools.
And joining me, as always, is my co-host, cousin, and lover, Kevin Hodge.
Oh, hello.
So last week we did Trace Adkins. The episode went well, very long, but
We did ramble a fair piece on things that were just, random.
Not even country music related, yeah. But I wanted to start up because right before we started recording, like literally 5 seconds before we started, I said that we should talk about this first because I just went to Saving Country Music, and the first article is an album review of Trace Adkins' CD, Something Going On.
Oh.
His new CD. And I haven't read it, but I scrolled down to the score. 1.5 guns down, a 2.5 out of 10.
I can't say that I'm surprised because, as we talked about in the last podcast, was like, all right, so watered down, and then like what else from those singles was worth listening to? I don't even think there was like anything out of those. Like there was like 4 or 5 or whatever that got released before the album came out, and I honestly can only think of Watered Down as one that I would actually say, hey, you should listen to this.
Yeah, that's one song I will legitimately say. He goes, give him credit for cutting more personal material, Jesus and Jones and Watered Down, even though I don't like Jesus and Jones, so that's weird. But
yeah, that song's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't like that song. But he talks about, I gotta read this exact quote. The opening number ain't just the whiskey talking, it's just a start. Get a good snoot full of country boy problems and the god-awful lit with its disco licks, and you'll be seeing red unless you count yourself as a part of the Florida Georgia Line Luke Bryan faithful. You think it's creepy to hear the 40-year-old Luke Bryan still singing about hooking up in clubs like he's a 23-year-old? Wait until you hear Grandpa Adkins wheezing as he tries to squeeze himself into leather jeans and keep up with the nightlife.
I mean, it sounds pretty similar to what we said in our last podcast, so yeah, we were ahead of the times.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, so I guess we're still sitting there on sellout because yeah, this didn't improve him at all. I might give it a quick run through listen, but maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so sorry, Trace. I love you, but dude, come on.
You did this to yourself.
Yeah. But speaking of ranting about shitty artists,
yeah, you said that you had some things to rant about.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Yes. Well, first off, I saw this a couple days ago before the ACMs even happened. There were two different articles that I saw about Luke Bryan covering different songs. And I have to talk about them separately because they're both so wrong on so many levels for so many different reasons. His first cover that they talked about that you had to listen to was George Strait's The Chair. The reason this one,
great song.
Yes, but the reason this one pisses me off is that he didn't just cover it. He mashed it up into like a little mashup song that he sang on stage with his song Strip It Down.
Well, to be completely honest, the song Strip It Down is not that bad.
Is it? I don't know. I just heard the title and thought it was dumb. But
yeah, no, that song is one of the few ones that he's released lately that's not bad, actually.
It's not awful.
That doesn't forgive.
Still, he's mashing with
taking
King
it and
George.
mashing it up with something. You don't mash up.
I wrote down. I don't know the song, but I assume it's bad. But
no, it's not as bad as you'd think. It's actually.
I think I was probably thinking of
okay.
Kick the Dirt or whatever that one.
Kick the Dust Up.
Kick the Dust Up. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no, that song is an abomination.
Yeah, it's awful. But the other article of him covering a song was him and Dirks on Colbert. They sang Merle Haggard's "Ramblin' Fever." Yeah, they since they were hosting together, they obviously had to promote it, so they went around singing. And I just hate it because they're covering a Merle song to say tune into this ACM Awards, which is god awful, and they don't like.
Yeah, that just goes perfectly with what we have been saying a bunch of times about like they'll say something about Merle Haggard and then be completely contradictory to his whole musical career, and that's just fucked up. Like, I don't understand, because I also don't understand, like, when they're doing that, are they trying to get, like, old people to get back into it? Like, because young people aren't going to give a shit about a Merle Haggard song, and so the people that are idiots and are already bought into their stupid ACM nonsense anyway, like, that's not going to do anything for them. So then, like, what are they trying to accomplish with that other than be like, no, we're still country. Look, Merle Haggard. Like,
yeah, I don't get it, because it's like when it reminds me, because it's not going to get any young people to listen to Merle if they haven't already started listening to Merle, because it reminds me of, there was like a couple years ago, Ed Sheeran performed "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd on stage.
Ooh.
And all these like, you know, tweens that are fans of him were like, oh my god, his new song's amazing, I love that song. And now, of course, all the older people are like, that's a Pink Floyd song, you idiots. And then there was the other one of when Kanye West performed with Paul McCartney, and everyone's like, I don't know who Paul McCartney is, but Kanye West is about to make him famous.
Yeah, no, I do remember that one. Yeah. And it was just like, that was one of those moments where it's like, it's so embarrassingly bad for someone to like say that I honestly wonder half the time, it's like, is this just like a troll account?
I'm sure some.
And I really hope they are, because good God.
Yeah, I'm sure some were trolls, but I'm sure some were really dumb. But it's, so, you know, people, I didn't obviously really read much into it else, but I feel like some people probably watched that and were like, oh my gosh, Luke Bryan and Dierks Bentley are going to release a song together. It's like, no, they're just covering a country song to promote their Not Country awards show. If they wanted to promote the award show accurately, they should have had Thomas Rhett go on and sing Vacation, or have Florida Georgia Line sing with Backstreet Boys, because that's what sums up the ACMs. But speaking of them, the cancer that is the ACMs happened on Sunday. I didn't watch them, but
didn't either.
Yeah. But I did read a lot of the live blog that Saving Country Music posted, because obviously I didn't want to tune in. I just wanted to get the summary. And one thing he talked about, which I knew you would enjoy, he talked about how they showed Thomas Rhett's wife more than anyone else's.
Yes.
And then he also talked about they showed Carrie Underwood's legs, and how every performance outside of Miranda Lambert's and Chris Stapleton's were pretty much garbage, which
sounds about right.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
I had no desire to tune into it. I honestly forgot that it was even going to be happening this weekend.
Yeah,
I
had no
idea.
idea.
I even ever knew that it was going to be happening this weekend. But yeah, no chance I was going to watch.
The only reason I know any of these things happen anymore is because now I do research for this podcast, because I don't want to sound like a complete moron when I'm on it. But because other than that, I haven't paid attention to the CMAs or the ACMs or the ASSs in a really long time, so I don't.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched live any of those award shows since, God, I don't know how long.
Yeah, I'll go on and tune in and watch a performance after, when they have it online after, but I haven't watched any of it. But like, I've never seen the Beyonce thing, because they took it off the internet like right after it happened. They wouldn't let it be posted anywhere, so I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, no, I have never seen it either, but I just never tried to find it, so I didn't.
Well, I was just reading about how Beyonce's people pretty much got rid of it. But the only other thing about the ACMs I really wrote down was a couple of the highlights of it were that Brothers Osborne beat Gooch for the vocal duo of the year.
Yep, I did see that. I gave the winners a quick scroll just to see who did win, and there were just like so many categories where like it's not even worth talking about, because I'm just like, all right, all these people suck, so having them win is just stupid, and like that would just be what I would say for like a bunch of the categories.
Yeah.
But I did see Brothers Osborne won, so I was like, that's solid. I'll give them that.
The one I didn't get was that Forever Country video won like video of the year, and it beat out Chris Stapleton's Fire Away, which it's one thing if Fire Away loses, but wasn't the Forever Country thing, or Country Forever?
That was when like the 40 people were all together in one music video.
It's when they sing Country Roads, I Will Always Love You, and On the Road Again, or whatever. But it wasn't that like just a promotion for the CMA Awards?
I don't know for sure, but I definitely feel like it was a promotion of some sort. Like I thought that was the idea.
I could have sworn it was just a promotion for the CMAs. I'm like, if you're giving that award to a promo, that's really stupid.
I mean, it would make perfect sense in their own, world of living inside their own asses.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's give us an award for promoting awards.
Yeah, I could have, because I remember, because every time I saw that video when it was posted, it was always posted like, watch the CMA's 50th or whatever the hell it was. But, so I don't know. I feel like they're just sniffing their own ass with that one. But,
Yep, that sounds about right.
But, yeah, anyway. Die Happy Man beat Humble and Kind for Song of the Year. And this is where it was kind of weird because they're saying, I think the ACMs broke the rules for letting that happen because the single wasn't released within the time frame of being able to be nominated for the award. It was because it won Single of the Year in 2016. So they're saying, how did it win a Song of the Year in 2017 if it's already been out long enough to be eligible for the previous awards?
Oh, so it legitimately won an award in the prior award show?
Yeah. It won.
Okay, that's stupid that they had it in 2 different years. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it won Single of the Year last year, and then this year it won Song of the Year. Which I don't know the difference, but
I was about to say, what is the difference between those two things?
Yeah, because it says in the voting procedure, the voting eligibility was November 26, 2015 to November 23rd, 2016. So it had to have come out between that time, and that came out September 28th, 2015. So 2 months before eligibility for this award show. So it wasn't even eligible, and it somehow won.
That seems like a metaphor for them just being stupid in general.
Yeah, and what's dumb is it's because obviously they thought Humble and Kind would win because Lori McKenna won Songwriter of the Year because I'm pretty sure she's the one that wrote that song, and it's a great,
Humble and honored. I don't know.
Humble and honored. That's a story we never told. But anyway, but the other songs that were nominated was Kill a Word by Eric Church and Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. So it's, I mean, I'd like Die Happy Man. I think it's a good song, but I thought those ones are better. But then,
I mean, I don't really give a shit because it's their award show's stupid. But yeah, I don't understand how, just in general, like how do you have a song that's nominated in 1 year for anything, and then it's then in the other year right after? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. It'd be like in the Oscars, like, oh well, La La Land got beat this year. Let's just have it be out for Best Picture next year, and maybe it'll win. Like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's one thing if it was nominated last year and nominated again this year, but it won last year. Yeah, I don't get it. But then again, yeah, I don't care because I really, really don't care about any of these award shows. But yeah, Lori McKenna was the first female to ever win Songwriter of the Year, so that's kind of a big deal.
That's cool.
Yeah. But of course, no one's gonna know or care because it's not Gooch. So
yeah, fucked up from the start.
I still can't believe that they brought in Backstreet Boys to play. I don't get it.
Makes perfect sense though.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But I hate everything.
It's just so dumb.
Did they even do that Merle Haggard Spirit Award or whatever? Because wasn't that the ACMs?
I honestly have no idea.
Because that's when I first saw. Obviously, it was before the award show happened when they had that Luke Bryan, Dierks Bentley performing the Merle Haggard song. So I was like, oh, they're probably promoting the Merle Haggard Spirit Award or whatever it's called. Because I was like, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, I just looked up the ACM Merle Haggard Spirit Award. But they never did anything about it because I didn't see it in the live blog or anything. So I don't know what happened to it. Maybe they canceled it because Sturgill Simpson, told them to to fuck off with it. But
According to this random article that I just found, it says the official winner of the new award will be announced when the 10th annual ACM Honors takes place August 30th in Nashville.
so it's not even part of the award show. It's just a thing.
Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't care.
What is the 10th annual ACM Honors that's not part of the what?
I don't know. I don't care. Let's move on.
Yeah. We've given it too much time. Fuck it.
This is a little small thing. American Aquarium's current lineup got broke up. I don't know if you listen to American Aquarium a lot, but I think
I listened to them a little bit. I thought they were okay. I thought the singer kind of sounded stupid, so I just didn't listen to him that much.
Well, that's the thing is he's not the best singer, but he's an amazing songwriter. His name is BJ Barham. He's done a lot of solo work recently. He just released a solo CD, which is really good. So at first I thought they were breaking up just so he could do solo work, but he said he's going to continue to do American Aquarium shows with a new band. So I don't get why he doesn't just do BJ Barham. What's the point of calling it American Aquarium if it's a completely new band?
I do not know.
Because he has his solo album, the BJ Barham one, and then he has a couple American Aquarium CDs. I don't get why he doesn't just do BJ Barham and the 400 unit or whatever. I don't
take Jason Isbell's band and make it his.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't listen to them that much because, like I said, I thought he didn't sound that great, and so it kind of got in the way of just listening overall. So I just never really listened to them that much.
They're an episode I really want to do eventually because I think they're really underrated. But if you want, until then, this is for any listener and you. Listen to the song Jacksonville and Losing Side of 25. Those two songs are amazing. I'll probably pop them on the playlist because they're really, really, really good. But
I'll think about it.
He's just a good, and he's I think 2.5 years sober now or something like that. So he obviously has all those kind of things to write about.
That's cool.
I can't remember. He has one on his solo album that's amazing also. It's incredibly depressing, but it's so good. If I can think
sad songs are always the best ones.
Yeah, if I can think of it, I'll yell it out because it's real good. But anyway, do you have anything? I have a couple more things, but do you have any?
The only thing I got is just that
it's called Unfortunate Kind by BJ Barham. I'll put that on the list too. But anyway, you have
the only thing I got was that I saw Mipso in Davenport last week.
Ooh, yes you did.
Yeah, so I went with Jay and Abby to
another
the
band that
Room.
I told you to listen to, and then literally 2 days later you said listen to this song by a band called Mipso. I know it's a weird name, but they're called Mipso.
We don't have any proof that happened. I found them on my own.
I know you did. After I told you to find them.
Well, I did not consciously understand the words. So when I found them later via my Discover, I found them.
Oh, I remember how I found them. I found them on a bluegrass playlist.
I know, because I know that I had the song
wasn't it like
Louise on my Discover. Like, that's the first song I ever heard.
No, I thought, I could be wrong, but I thought you found it on the Coffee House playlist.
Wait, that could be it.
The Country Coffee House or whatever it was called.
Yeah, no, because I did like that playlist a lot. It was really chill.
Yeah, I don't know. I
could be
wrong.
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, however I found them, I found them.
Beautiful.
Oh man, no, but when I saw them, I wanted to say they're really good. Obviously, if you give them a listen, the song I already talked about slightly. The song's called Louise. It's a very good song. But so they played their set, but then partially through their set, it was really cool. They were like, we're going to go back to our roots, and I was like, I don't know what that means. But then they pulled out like this,
his boots
like really old. This like really old timey looking microphone, and they just like put it in the center of the stage, and they all like got around it, and then the rest of the mics were like turned off, and so they all just kind of like were next to this one microphone and like singing into it, and like whoever was singing at the time would kind of like lean in so that their voice was more prominent. But it was like, I don't know if it gives you any other sound by having them all next to each other or not, but I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And then when they did their encore, they came back on. So like, you've never been in the Redstone Room, right?
I don't think so.
It's part of the building that has the Falbo Pizza. It's like upstairs. But so it's got like this. It's got like the elevated stage, but then it's got like the dance floor kind of area. And there's not a lot of people that go to these shows in this place. So everyone's just kind of sitting at a table behind that area. It's in, but when they did their encore, they're like, how about we come out to you guys? And we're like, cool, sure. And so they jumped off of the stage, came out with their instruments, just acoustic, and got right up next to like where the tables started. So they were like, I don't know, 10 feet away from where I was sitting. And they just did a, like, no microphones, just the four of them singing and playing their instruments as they did their last song. And like, it was one of those cool things where their last song was like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't their song because it was like super catchy and sounded like a song that would be covered a bunch.
Oh,
but
so their songs can't be good and catchy?
No, but it was one of those songs that kind of sounded like Closing Time. Like it wasn't Closing Time by Train.
Time.
Yeah, but it kind of sounded like, so like it was like something like finish your drink and head on home or something was like the crux of the chorus. So like it seemed like it was a cover. It might not be. I have no idea. But it was really cool because they came like, but they came right out next to us and then played it, and then they're like, "Oh, have a good night." And I was like, "Oh, that was pretty sweet." So yeah, that was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the only thing I got.
Gotta love. I mean, obviously we've talked about them all the time. I always gotta love those small venue concerts. They're so.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
I remember even reading. I can't remember where and who even what they were talking about, but a lot of artists say they love doing small venues compared to like stadiums. Obviously, you make more money doing stadiums, but they love like the personal touch of being in a smaller venue. And I mean, obviously, we love going to concerts where we can stand 10 feet away from the band we're playing rather than sitting in the nosebleeds or and
actually see the person rather than be like, oh, look at that speck down there.
Oh yeah,
sounds great.
Let me take a picture
sound
of this.
being amplified out to me.
Yeah. Let me take a picture of this and put it on Facebook that no one will look at because it's just a blurry stage with a little dot in the center of it.
Yeah, if I don't post a caption, no one's gonna have an idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, but no, that's sweet. We'll get to the other concert that we'll be attending here in a little bit, but
what?
This last thing,
stay tuned.
I wrote a lot about this because it angered me. Actually, it didn't anger me. It made me laugh really hard. Did you see this LA Weekly article?
I don't know why I'd be reading the LA Weekly.
All right. Well, I got it. It was posted by someone else, and so I went and read it, and it made me laugh because of how stupid it was. It was called "The 10 Lamest Americana Acts." So this I'm not gonna read all 10 because honestly I've only heard of a couple of them, but I'm sure they're all good.
So this is the lamest. Like
Lamest.
They're saying that these suck.
Like the worst Americana acts. So obviously, I think the author of this is so hipster that he's hating mainstream hipster music. But
that sounds like a very legit thing
Yeah.
because hipsters suck, and so they always have to be out hipstering each other.
So I'll name out a couple of them and at what position in the because it was a top 10 list, like it was listed. And I'll say what they are and then what number they're at. These are the ones that you'll probably know. First is number one, the top lamest Americana act was Lucinda Williams. So he doesn't know what he's talking about because she's been performing for 40 years or something like that.
All luck.
In his
luck.
Yeah, in his I wrote down like verbatim of what he said about some of them, and Lucinda Williams he said complains too much. I was like, oh, sorry, I forgot you're supposed to just be content with life in all of your songs.
Oh yeah, and all of a sudden the uber hipster who's probably uber liberal has made a super sexist comment.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. At number 10 was Sam Outlaw.
Oh, fuck off.
He said he was criticized as making, and I quote, some of the weakest DOA pop country crap this side of Rascal Flatts. Outlaw's combination of inauthenticity and amateur hour warbling is an impressive exercise in total failure.
Okay, that might have made you laugh, but that's just making me fucking fuming.
I just love he compared Sam Outlaw to Rascal Flatts.
I am so angry right now. I don't even... Why did you tell me this now? We should have ended with this so I could just rant off into the distance and just keep swearing and then be like, oh, no more swear counter. We cut him off. Fuck!
And then he was also criticized for using his mother's maiden name, Outlaw, as his stage name, since his real name is Sam Morgan.
Now we know that Outlaw is an actual name of his. Okay,
Yeah.
So first of all, fuck off. If his mom's last name is Outlaw and he's making music, yeah, you 100% take the name Outlaw because that's fucking badass.
It's a stage name, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's stage name. And so, like we said before, or like what the only like stipulation I had with using the name Outlaw was like, well, you better be awesome because otherwise, if you're actually Rascal Flatts, and it was like Rascal Outlaw, and the dude's like, I got a super high voice, let's bedazzle my jeans, like fuck off. Oh yeah, no, I'm swearing a lot right now, and I don't care.
Next, also on the list, I know I have only one song saved by him, which I love. It's called Drive-In. Number 2 is Robert Ellis. Do you listen to him?
I don't think it seems like one that might have been...
Well,
like I feel like I recognize it because of my one playlist, or my one daily mix that goes like a lot of John Moreland, Jason Isbell, Sam Outlaw kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard him, but I can't say for sure,
Well,
so I'm just going to go with nah.
he has a song called Drive-In, and it's amazing. It's just a very, very, very good song. But yeah, I didn't really have much to say about him. Well, he said described him as a cliche Americana artist. So I don't know what's cliche in Americana, but apparently that's it.
How can you be... I mean, if it's going to try to be like folk music is cliche in of itself because it's similar to blues, is like if you become popular singing about having the blues and then you make it big and then you're happy you can't keep singing the blues, like that whole adage. I can get that slightly, except for the fact that this is some hipster fuck trying to call out hipster music for being not hipster enough, but also like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But these last two, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. At number 3 on the list, Jason Isbell. Number 3, lamest Americana act, according to this guy. For anyone listening, Kevin just leaned back in his chair and is just staring at the ceiling. While you rest, I will say this is what he said.
I'm so angry.
Oh God, I just legitimately copied the entire paragraph of what he said about him because it's so stupid. He said, and I quote, Jason Isbell, a disastrous confluence of predictable singer-songwriter damage and contemptible faux Nashville power ballad mediocrity, moon-faced Americana wonder boy Isbell specializes in bloodless plotting monologues passed off as musical compositions. His vanilla bleat imparts all the emotional gravity of a stuffed bunny rabbit, and his strikingly consistent inability to come up with a melody, any melody, ranks him as one of the most uninteresting voices in contemporary popular music. No wonder the Grammys love him. Yeah. I'm just gonna...
What in the... Oh, my...
Like, this... when I was reading this article, I legitimately thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it was posted February or March 31st. So it wasn't posted April Fool's like I thought it was, because I was like, there's no way this guy can be talking like this.
Even if you don't like Jason Isbell, like, in general, like, you cannot be trying to mock him, like, oh, his songwriting's crap. And
the one thing that hit me the hardest was, I mean, it's all stupid, but he called him moon-faced. What does his looks have to do with anything? What does that have to do with him as an artist? What about his looks makes him a lame...
What does moon-faced even mean?
I think it's like you have a big white face or something. I don't know.
That's racist.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was just like,
What the fuck?
And then the last one, if you don't
Can't take it anymore.
if you don't throw your laptop through the wall, I'll honestly be surprised. At number 7 on the list, he had brace yourself. Jason Boland and the Stragglers.
No fucking right. No. You should see how spiked to fuck my recording thing is right now, where it's just fucking all over the place. Jason Boland and the Stragglers?
Yep.
He said as lame?
Yep.
First of all, they're just red dirt country music, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about in like trying to call them out as being hipster Americana. Like, they're hipster, but they're country. Like, red dirt is a subcategory of country music, whereas Americana is essentially its own genre. So that's just wrong to even try to grab them and be like, let's take these guys who are tremendous and have like literally 5 albums that are just fucking top to bottom amazing. It's called, oh my good God.
Well, want to hear what he had to say about him?
I don't really,
Here's the paragraph. Jason Boland. Boland is held as a modern spearhead of the generally dreadful Oklahoma-Texas red dirt subgenre.
Oh, fuck right off.
Yep. A sort of swaggering populist frat boy style that is typified by redneck bluster and artifice.
Are you shitting me right now?
Boland's lumbering bellow, he actually managed to rupture a vocal cord once, comes attached to a stodgy brand of second-rate country rock with aimless, overactive fiddles and mandolins scratching away at the edges. At their core, Boland and the Stragglers trade in quasi-anthemic, I don't know, fodder that scrupulously? I don't know, I'm an idiot. Scrupulously avoids any real introspection or meaning. It's all pretense, loud, overdone, and more than anything else, unimaginative.
I don't have words.
I know. Like I said, I thought this was an April Fool's article because it's just so wrong on every level. Not so many levels, every level. I want to listen to the other, 6 that I didn't mention? 5 or 6 that I didn't mention?
See if like any of them are even bad.
Yeah,
because this is probably a great list of 10 artists that we should just check out immediately.
Yeah,
because fuck this guy.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I saw it because Saving Country Music posted it because he said the same thing. He thought it was just like an April Fool's thing, and I could have sworn it was too. Because before I even read the article, I just looked up the article and read it myself, and then I read his kind of article. And then he released an article that said it was like the 10 least lame Americana acts, and it was just the same list.
Nice.
Because I just don't get it. Like, it's one thing if you want to say something bad about, I don't know, Sam Outlaw or something. Because Sam Outlaw is he's from South Dakota, but he lives in California, so they're saying, like, he's being a pop California artist or type thing. Which, all right, I'm not even going to give you it, but if that's a reach that I could understand. But Isbell and Boland,
we've already said, the whole, if you're not from the South, you don't get it.
Exactly.
Like, those are the worst songs that are made, like, ever.
I know, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I understand it as a reach. I can understand you making that reach, but how do you say Isbell and Boland? How?
I'm so angry right now.
Yeah, I just read that, and I knew I had to talk about it because I was like, this is...
Oh, my God.
Like, I would expect, like, the 10 most lame country acts, and it'd be like, Thomas Rhett, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean. I'd be like, yeah, I understand all of those. But if they came out like lamest country acts and were like, Whitey Morgan, Cody Jinks...
I don't think I could handle that.
Cody Johnson. I'd just like, no. Just no. Just no. Yeah,
Why did you bring this up before the topic? Now I'm all
because
I'm out of it now. I'm so angry.
We have to start with our rants. We have to finish with the artist.
No, I get it, but like, oh my good God!
Well,
I'm so angry.
Yeah, well, those are all artists that we would love to see in concert. And speaking of seeing someone in concert, Kevin, It'll be tomorrow if you're listening to this the day it comes out. But this Friday we are seeing Whiskey Myers. Hit the theme. Awesome. Yeah, so this week we wanted to talk about Whiskey Myers because we were kind of deciding who we wanted to talk about, because if obviously no one knows this, but we decide pretty much like the day or two before we record who we want to talk about, just because we don't really have a set schedule for talking about anyone. So we just
we have so many people that we listen to, and obviously this is only episode 5, so we've only gotten this far into people covered, so it's like there's so many people to talk about that we have to try to figure out who do we actually want to talk about this week and do a recording. So the concert seemed like a perfect reason to be like, you know what, let's talk about Whiskey Myers. We're going to see them. We can talk briefly next podcast about how great their concert is, because I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then we can talk about... Yeah. Oh, we'll have to record early next week because we're both going to see Eric Church that week.
Is this Eric Church?
Is it Eric Church?
Oh, yeah. Did I actually say on the podcast that I went out and bought another Eric Church ticket now that I'm going to be in town? I don't think I actually put that into the podcast yet. But yeah, no, I went out and bought an Eric Church concert ticket for $100 because I need to see him really badly.
Jesus.
I can't. This is what I had to make a decision. It was like, okay, I don't have a ticket anymore.
I guess mine was 70, so it's not that much of a
so I didn't have a ticket because I was going to go with Jake in a group, and once I found out I was going to Dallas, I'm like, I can't go anymore, so like give your ticket to someone else, or have someone else buy it from you, because I hadn't given him money or anything yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, it sucks, but I can't go. And then I got taken off of my Dallas trip, which is why I'm in Davenport now, able to record this. And I was just like, shit, I don't have a ticket now. I'm not going to be like, hey, I was originally going to have that ticket, so now you have to tell whoever's going to take it now that they can't have it anymore, because that'd be a dick move.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I guess I'm just not going. It's going to suck, but whatever. But then I thought about sitting in my apartment next Wednesday, knowing that, one, all of my friends are there, because I was going to be going with all of my friends in the area.
You don't have any
so
friends.
One, all of them are going to be there. And then I'm going to be sitting in my apartment thinking about how great it is the entire time. And then
how you're the biggest fan of all of them anyway.
And then I would see all of them like at the bar the following weekend, because I feel like that's just where we end up.
No.
And then I would just be so angry because they would talk about it, and I would just like, no, I cannot do that. I'm just going to buy a ticket. So I did, and now I'm going.
Oh, there you go. And since you're going to be sitting alone while everyone sits away from you, you can just talk to some ladies.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm all right on the end of the aisle that I'm on.
Oh, yeah?
So that's not too bad.
Oh.
I just get to, so I don't have to, like, walk past people or anything. And I'm 4 rows down from where they're at, so it's really not too bad.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, anyway, we'll get more into that later. We'll do a recap of the debrief of the concert this week, and we'll talk about the Eric Church concert, and then obviously the week after that we'll talk about that concert, because it's going to be amazing, because I saw a video that he posted for it, and it's he even wrote it's a 3-hour concert, 2 sets. I'm like, Jesus, that's amazing.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're going to do that. But anyway, Whiskey Myers from Palestine, Texas.
Whiskey Myers.
Yes. There's not too much on them. I read their little biography they had online and everything. They don't have too much.
Yeah, I went to
them.
Wikipedia and it was like super short. And I'm like, guess I'm not taking notes today.
Yeah, if anyone cares, it's Cody Cannon is lead vocals and acoustic guitar. Cody Tate is lead and rhythm guitar. John Jeffers is lead and rhythm guitar and backing vocals. Jeff Hogg is drums. Gary Brown on bass. Tony Kent on percussion. And John Knudsen on keyboards and fiddle. So they're a band of, they used to be 5, now they're 7. I think they brought in the 2 they brought them in just before they did Mud, I believe, is when they brought them in, because they're newer. Because the band was formed, but the 2 Codys, they started playing together when they were young, and then they were originally called Lucky Southern, and when they became more serious, they enlisted more members, including one of the Cody's cousins is in the band as well, and they started playing as Whiskey Myers. They began playing East Texas and gained a following. Since then, they've played with Leonard Skinner, Hank Jr., Jamie Johnson, and others. So that's pretty insane.
Jamie Johnson Whiskey Myers show, that would be great.
Yes. Because I saw them last year open for, it was the Smoky Bandit Fest or whatever the hell it's called, the Windy City Smokeout. And they were earlier in the day before Billy Currington and whoever the hell opened for him. I don't know. We weren't there for the concert. We left before that. We just saw Ryan Beaver and Whiskey Myers, then we left, which was awesome.
Ryan Beaver.
Awesome.
So good.
Definitely doing an episode on him eventually.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because he's one that a lot of people don't know and people need to know.
Yes.
They have 4 albums: Road of Life, Firewater, Early Morning Shakes, and Mud. Road of Life isn't on Spotify anymore, which makes me a sad panda.
I was going to say, all right, so perfect, leading into that, I wrote down just all the albums and, the dates, and I got really confused because I don't know if I've listened to that album before because, I've only really gotten super into them, in the last year.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how long that album was on Spotify, but, is East Texas Nights from that?
Yeah,
that
Lonely East Texas Nights, and I'm pretty sure Virginia was originally on that one as well. I think it was re-released on because it's on Firewater, but I'm pretty sure it was on Road of Life first.
Okay, because I got really confused because I was like, I know that I've heard Lonely East Texas Nights, and it's a fantastic song. And it's still on Spotify as a single that says it was released in 2008, which is when Road of Life came out. But I was like, so have I listened to it before? Because I'd heard that song, or had I only ever heard that as a single?
Yeah, well, because up until recently, the CD album cover of Lonely East Texas Nights on Spotify was the Road of Life album cover. It's them sitting in that field in front of that van. That's the album cover. But now it's that weird, just Lonely East Texas
purple-ish.
Nights, album. So they had to
Interesting.
they had to take the CD down. I don't know why, which sucks, but but thankfully that's what I was going to say. This Lonely East Texas Nights is still on Spotify, thankfully, because that's my favorite song from that CD. It might actually be my favorite song by them because I love that song.
Yeah, no, that song is amazing, and that's what I wrote. I was just like, this is definitely my favorite from that album because I don't know what the other songs are from that album because I can't look it up right now.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Virginia was on that CD as well.
That is a good song too.
But I know it's on Firewater too. But Firewater is the CD that got their name out there. Road of Life wasn't huge. But sadly, I wrote this down because it was there, but it's sad that it's true. It was mostly thanks to the song Ballad of a Southern Man.
Yep, I wrote down that I just wrote that it's not great. Yeah, because I did like it at first just because it's it's catchy and it's the thing I feel like we should say about them in general is that they're very rock heavy. It's not a traditional country sound. It's very rock based.
They're very southern rock, very Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah, yeah. And so the song is it's got a great guitar thing going on, but then the song is just a prototypical. If you're not from the South, because it literally has the line it's not something, but you wouldn't understand. Telling the listener that if you're not from the South, you wouldn't understand. But it's some shit is as simple as we have trucks, we have roads, we have trees. It's some stuff like that's. It's not those exact words, but it's that simple where it's you wouldn't understand. What do you mean I wouldn't understand about having a truck?
Yeah,
come on.
Every verse ends with, I guess that's something you don't understand.
Yeah, it's just so dumb that the words make it just I don't listen to that song anymore, which is fine because they have so many other good songs. But I just don't listen to that song anymore because it just every time I just listen to it, I'm that's annoying. I don't want to listen to it. It's stupid, and I don't need to listen to that song from Firewater because Broken Window Serenade is on that album, and that song is tremendous.
Yes, I love that song. Yeah. The Firewater went number 4 on the U.S. Top Heat Seekers Billboard, which is the new artist trying to make it on the scene. It's a playlist or a Billboard list for them. And then that CD also went number 1 on the Texas music charts, which is pretty much any Texas artist. That's really all they care about because they know the billboards aren't going to give them the time of day. So if you go number 1 on the Texas music charts, you're great down there. Because I'm sure Cody Johnson,
which usually means you're way better because they actually have standards down there.
Yeah, exactly. Mud, their most recent album, is produced by Dave Cobb, who we talked about before. And that CD though peaked number 4 on the U.S. country charts, so that one got a more nationwide audience. It's not like they've kind of moved. They're not just Texas anymore. Like a lot of Texas artists, they only tour Texas. Like I was looking at Wade Bowen's tour recently because I want him to come visit again because I've only seen him once, and his tour right now, it's all Texas. I'm like, come on, you gotta come up to Illinois again.
Yeah.
It's like
I have to imagine people from down in Texas are like, I probably don't need to go back to Chicago. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, it's like Jason Cassidy. I don't think he'll ever come to Chicago. I don't think he's ever left Texas. Looks
like we're just going to have to go back down there.
Yes. I want to go back to Texas very, very much. But I was actually thinking about earlier today. I was like, which song was the one that got me into it? Because at first I thought it was "Loneliest Texas Nights," but then I remembered the first song I ever heard by them. I got on my Discover was "Bar Guitar and Honky Tonk Crowd."
Yeah, and so I was actually going to say, because I wrote that down as one of the great songs from Firewater. Was like, okay, so you've got these two songs that, like, on the surface sound like the words are just the stupid, just stupid country words thrown together. Because, like, Ballad of the Southern Man is just all the stupid laundry list crap. And when you see the title, Bar Guitar and a Honky Tonk Crowd, at least I think, like, okay, this song is going to be stupid.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love that song. It's a very good song.
They'll definitely play it Friday because that's what they opened with at Smokey Bandit concert or whatever it was called. But yeah, from there, I started listening to them, and then I fell in love with Loneliest Texas Nights, which I guess I could get into our favorite songs, because Loneliest Texas Nights is by far my favorite song by them. I wrote down, I tried to, because with Trace Adkins, I couldn't get it down to 5, but with them, I tried getting it down to 5 songs that I liked about them. And my favorite, I put Loneliest Texas Nights, and then Virginia is probably my second favorite. Then Broken Window Serenade, On the River from Mud, and then actually I hadn't really listened to the CD before until this week was their CD Early Morning Shakes, because
I love that CD.
I just hadn't, I don't know why, because I don't think any of those songs had ever come up on a list or anything, so I just never went to it, because if I got like Loneliest Texas Nights or any of the songs from Mud, I could just hit go to album and then I'd listen to it, but I never got a song from this CD, so I never went through it. But then I heard the song Dogwood, and I am obsessed with that song.
Dogwood
now.
is amazing. Yeah,
I
wrote
obsessed.
Because I was listening to all the albums again in preparation, and for Early Morning Shakes, which came out in 2014, so it was between Firewater and Mud. I just kept writing down songs that I liked, because I was just like, I don't know which one I can pick as my favorite. And so I literally couldn't pick a favorite one from this album because it has so many songs that I like a lot. So like Dogwood, obviously.
Reckoning.
Very good. It has a cover of Need a Little Time Off for Bad Behavior, which is awesome because that's a David Allan Coe song.
Oh, is
David Allan Coe is awesome. Oh, yeah. It's tremendous.
Yeah, I heard that song and I thought it was funny. I didn't know it was a David Allan Coe song.
Yeah, so listen to that. I'm like, absolutely, David Allan Coe's the man. The song Headstone is great. Where the Sun Don't Shine is great. The song Reckoning is great. And the song Lightning is great. So like those are all the songs I wrote down from that album because I literally couldn't pick one.
I can't add them all to the playlist, Kevin.
If I had to pick a couple, I would say definitely Dogwood because it's great. And then Need a Little Time Off for Bad Behavior because it's a cover of David Allan Coe song.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
And the other one I have to say from that CD that I was obsessed with too is Reckoning. I love that one.
Yeah, Reckoning is great. It really is.
Yeah.
As far as to narrow it down to 5, I wrote down my favorite overall is Loneliest Texas Nights. It's just such a great song. But my second favorite is Broken Window Serenade. But then from there, I don't totally know because there's a lot of songs that I like a lot. Like I like Dogwood, and I like from Mud. The song Mud is great. The song Stone is great.
Yes. Oh, I was going to write that one down, but I had to take it off because I had to narrow it to 5 because I love that song,
so
too.
like that's a great song. But then also from Mud, the song Lightning, Bugs, and Rain is great because it's got the horns in it. And the fucking horns are great.
Yes.
And I really, really like the song Frogman from Mud because it's all about Navy SEALs, and that's fucking awesome.
I can't remember. Isn't there a line in there where it's like a bad motherfucker?
Oh, yeah. Because it's all about Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs call themselves Frogman.
Yeah, yeah, it's so hard to narrow down because these guys are so freaking good.
Yeah.
And, but what song did you just mention that made me think of something? Oh, Lonely East Texas Nights. When I think I told you this story. When we were, it was me and Palm, we saw him, and we're sitting there, I'm singing along to Lonely East Texas Nights. And this girl turns over to Palm and she just goes, "Is this a good song?" We're like,
you can't make that decision by yourself.
We're like, I'm like, are you so like sucked into the radio that you need someone to tell you what a good country song is? You can't make a decision for yourself that you like this song?
Or just like listen to like if you've never heard it, just listen to it while it's being played to you right now, and then determine, oh, I do like this song, or I don't like this song.
And then I hope this happens when we see him on Friday. But their percussionist, I think it's him. He just sits on stage and crazily plays a tambourine. Like,
that's awesome.
When we saw him, he just straight up sprinted out to the front of the stage. It was just like ching 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 ching, just real like crazy at the front of the stage, and you could just see his swass in his jeans and everything. It was so funny. But yeah,
that's awesome.
I cannot wait to see these guys Friday. It's going to be so good.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I would say that if I were to do some sort of advice to someone who's never listened to this band before, definitely check out the songs that we listed as our favorite songs. But I honestly think it is in everyone's best interest just listen to Early Morning Shakes start to finish and listen to Mud from start to finish, because I think those two albums are their best ones start to finish. And so like it's just really good. Just listen to all of them. You'll probably find songs that you like more than the ones we listed. I listed off a bunch of songs off of Early Morning Shakes because it's great. It's just they got a lot of really good music. It's very southern rock sounding versus traditional country, but it's really good. And like there's so many songs that have such a great guitar riff that you just like are you just jamming out to them. It's great.
Yeah. And even if you don't believe us and what we have to say, then definitely listen to Firewater, because that's the one that's like super popular among fans. Most people say they love Firewater, but I think we also have a bad taste in our mouth just because of Ballad of a Southern Man. Because because that's just
Broken Window Serenades from that album, and like we both said, like that's a top 3. Or
that's
top 2.
Song. I'm very torn between Virginia and Broken Serenade as Window Serenade is my second, because those two are just so. It's just Virginia is one I've heard from really early on, so it's like engraved in my brain. Whereas Broken Window Serenade I heard at a different time, and then I just fell in love with it. But I don't know. They're just they're so freaking good. I cannot wait.
Yeah. I honestly feel like that because like I said before, that this is a band that I really had a couple songs that I'd heard, but then like in the last year really like started to get in and really started to get really into them when Mud came out, because I was like, oh, new music, I'm gonna check it out, and I loved it, and I'm like, all right, time to go back through them and start like really
in the mud.
I was like actually get into the songs, and it was like, yeah, they're a deceptively good band. Like they don't have a huge amount of traction. I don't know how many streams their songs have. I think they have several that are over 1 million, but I don't think it's like a crazy amount. But yeah, I feel like they're just a deceptively good band that people definitely need to check out.
Yeah, and every time I think about them, I think about Ballad of a Southern Man has 6 million streams, and wow, second most popular on their Spotify is Broken Window Serenade.
Boom!
I would not have expected that. And then it's their top 5 on Spotify. These are all good ones to listen to, except Ballad of Southern Man. is Broken Window Serenade, Stone, Bar Guitar, and Honky Tonk Crowd, and then Loneliest Texas Nights. Those are their top.
Yeah,
those are top
sure.
5. So yeah, I'm gonna probably add more than I usually do to this playlist because they're really good. Well, I added a lot of Eric Church to the playlist, so I can't really.
Is this Eric Church?
Is this Eric Church? Yeah. So I can't.
But he's also amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I also added a lot of Trace Adkins too because when Trace Adkins is good, he's fucking great. So.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of music.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, he's so good. Why does this new CD have to suck so much?
Because he doesn't write his music, and I'm convinced that his label tells him, "Hey, Trace, play this song," and he's like, "Okay."
This will keep you. This will keep you relevant, Trace. Sing this.
He's probably looked at it as like, "What's lit mean?"
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like lit a cigarette? No, but okay.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So the big question, which we've already acknowledged is not really a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Country, not country, sellout. Your take.
I mean, obviously, every single week we can say with an asterisk because we have to explain ourselves. But definitely country. the asterisk is obviously just they're more southern rock than country. It's just when they're country, like their slower songs, when they're country, they're better country than most bands.
Yep.
Yeah,
I have legitimately the exact same thing. Country with an asterisk because it's basically southern rock.
Yeah.
But just because you're southern rock doesn't mean you're not country, I guess. It's like squares and rectangles.
If you it's a subgenre of country.
Yeah, and they're like you said, they have songs like Loneliest Texas Nights is not like a rock song.
Broken Window Serenade, that is not a rock song.
And so those are legitimate country songs and they're extremely good. Like they don't have the steel guitar going, but like they're still great. They're still country asterisk awesomeness.
Yeah, I mean, and if they were just considered a rock band, then those would just be power ballads or whatever. But and then like you said, you have Lightning Bugs and what am I?
Rain.
Yeah. That song is horns. It's not a rock song.
It sounds so good. I love the horns.
I know. It's when I first listened to it, I was like, did I actually let me put on Sturgill?
I know, and he's got the one where it goes like, and it kind of sounds like the horn bit from his new album, which is funny because what time? I guess I don't really remember when this came out compared to when Sturgill's album came out. I was going to say, but this came out before, but I don't actually have any idea. Because they're both 2016. I just have no idea what part of the year.
Mud came out... Okay. Oh, September 9th, 2016. So I'm pretty sure Sturgill Simpson's
was before that.
Yeah, it came out before that.
Yeah.
Because his Sailor's Guide to Earth came out, April 15th, 2016.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that it came out sometime near the summer because I was home a lot, and I told my dad to take a look at the Sturgill album, and he was just like, yeah, I thought it was kind of different. I'm like, no, I know that. It is different. It's got a lot of horns, but, like, take a look. It's great, for sure.
Yeah, speaking of Sturgill, we've talked about him so many times, we have to do an episode on him soon.
Yeah, we should probably do that one sooner than later.
Yeah, because we talk about him so freaking much.
Well, it's not our fault. He's great.
It's true. Very true. All right. Anyway, so that's country. Boom. Hit the theme.
Boom. They're great. Listen to them.
Hit the theme, Kevin. All right. Moving on.
We'll get legitimate sound effects eventually.
Yeah, maybe one day I can get some like production quality in here and we can do something legit, but probably not because I suck. Anyway, albums coming out this week.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty slow week. April 7th, so this Friday when we're seeing Whiskey Myers. First one is Joey Feek, If Not For You. She was the She was the half of Joey and Rory who passed away from cancer. It's her posthumous album. I actually listened to the 3 songs she had on Spotify from it. She's real talented. It's real country. Besides the song Red, I don't want to spoil it, but I kind of do. If you listen to it, she uses a dog bark as an instrument, and it sounds real bad. But outside of that, there's this, I don't know the lyric, but say it's like, it's a summer day or something. So she'll be like singing like, la la la, it's a summer day, bark, 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 bark. I'm just like, what? Yeah,
I am definitely taking a listen to that.
Yeah, the song's called Red.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really dumb. But other than that, the other two songs that were on Spotify are really good. So this is an album I actually might listen to because, like, I never had a problem with Joey and Rory, but I just never listened to them really because
I don't know if I
good.
could pick out a song by them. I don't have, I didn't have any hatred for them, but I also don't have anything that I know of by them, so I don't have an opinion.
I
really.
don't remember the song name, but there was a song about them. Like the music video was them putting on a bunch of different costumes because they're trying to like fit the mold kind of thing. Like they came out like a metal song or like metal clothes, and they came out like punk clothes and all this like to try and fit in. And it was a funny music video, and I want to know what that one's called. I don't care. I can't find it. I don't want to sit here with a bunch of white noise of me trying to look for it. But
I'll just ladle
I mean,
the whole time.
I think their final CD actually went like number 1 or something, or it went close to it because it was. I think the CD was called like Hymns That Are Important to Me or something like that, and it was about.
Oh.
And they like sang actual Bible song. Yeah, Hymns That Are Important to Us went number 1 because it's just them kind of singing like Bible hymns, and like they were country to say the least. But I never really listened to them. But yeah, this from what I heard from this CD, it's pretty good. So rest in peace, Joey. After that I saw this one because I just kind of went through the iTunes of upcoming albums, and Maddie Wilson, her CD Keep Up With Me, I checked her out on Spotify. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Like, it was just kind of whatever. So I figured I'd mention it. A lot of like her most popular songs though on Spotify are covers. Like the most recent thing she released was a duet with someone where she sang Beauty and the Beast. Like, so like she's kind of one of those who just kind of puts up covers and stuff. But she has one CD out, and I listened to a few of the songs, and they were pretty good. So she might be worth listening to. I don't know. So I figured if anyone knows who she is, then it comes out tomorrow. A guy named Andrew Combs, no relation to Luke, has a CD coming out called Canyons of My Mind. I listened to the songs he had, and I respect the talent, but it's not what I'd go out of my way to listen to. Like, he's good. It's just not my, cup of tea. It's not what I'd spend my time listening to. And then lastly, my pick of the week. It's by various artists. It's Outlaw celebrating the music of Waylon Jennings. So obviously I'm going to pick this because
that's cheating.
Waylon Jennings is my man. It features covers by Chris Stapleton, Jamie Johnson, Chris Christopherson, Shooter Jennings, Jesse Coulter, Casey Musgraves, Ryan Bingham, Toby Keith, Eric Church, Willie Nelson, and more.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it's that stuff. I hope it comes out on Spotify because I want to listen to it. But so Outlaw celebrating the music of Waylon Jennings. Obviously, that's got to be my pick of the week because Waylon is my guy. See, I was thinking about this. I don't know if I've told you this, but I was thinking about that we'll never do an episode about like Waylon or Merle or like Johnny Cash because I don't want to, because there's no point in answering a question of is this dead country artist a country artist, because there's no chance of them selling out because they're dead. Like,
true. Yeah, and that was kind of my rationale behind when I got the Merle Haggard tattoo. I was like, well, he can't disappoint me now because he's dead.
Yeah. I got a Paisley tattoo, so maybe he can still disappoint me.
He's already disappointed me.
Yeah. Yes, but I still.
But actually, related to the not doing a full episode on them, I thought we could do though like drinking songs where we just kind of say, all right, we're gonna just start.
Oh, just talk
one.
Just talk about legends.
Yeah, like do a Legends one, because I feel like there's a lot of these names of people like your Waylon Jennings, your Merle Haggard. Yeah, like a lot of these guys that are amazing, that have a lot of really good songs that people might not actually know songs by them.
Yeah.
So I think we should do do a podcast at some point, kind of like, we call it Legends.
Yeah, I could totally. Yeah, definitely.
And we'll just pick a couple songs from each person that's great, and just be like, this is what you should listen to by them. But we're not going to do a full segment on each one, because first of all, there's so many great old artists. But yeah, so I figured we should do something like that, and that also gives us an excuse to drop them onto the picks playlist.
Yeah, that's
and have
true.
Them mixed in.
Ooh, one thing we should do. Obviously, it would be along those lines. We should do a Highwaymen episode. That'd be awesome.
Ooh.
That'd be awesome. Do some research on them and talk about them. Ooh, that'd be sweet. Anyway, so yeah, that's all that's coming out this week. Yeah, like I said, it was a pretty slow week, so...
Gotcha.
There was one other one that I had written down, but I listened to the 2 songs on Spotify, and I was like, nope. But yeah, so... What we're listening to, what are we jamming out to, what are we watching, what are we reading, what are we doing?
So I was jamming out to this weekend and week, because I guess it is the start of the new week. I've been listening to Casey Musgraves a lot, actually.
Oh, nice.
Isaac texted me and was just like, Casey Musgraves, what's your opinion? And I'm like, she's great. He's like, I like her a lot. And he was saying that he's expanding his horizons into country, and I was like, I am very proud of you. But yeah, so he asked me about my opinion of Casey Musgraves, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to her a bunch again, because she's awesome. And so I mean, she's only got the 2 albums on Spotify, and then a Christmas album.
Those are only 2 albums?
Yeah, so she's got the 2 and Christmas album. Those are stupid. So she's great. She has a lot of legitimate country songs, and she has a lot of songs that like have really good meanings. You could say more kind of progressive in some of the lyrics to her songs, but I think she's great. Her latest album called Pageant Material, I think, is really good. You should give it a listen. But her original album is also really good.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what songs to point out to listen to other than Follow Your Arrow.
Late to
is
the
a great
Party.
song. Late to the Party's great, and then her song Fine is pretty like sad and slow, but I love that song.
I don't remember that one. I'll have to check that one out again. I'll add these to the playlist.
It's like 7 minutes long, because it's like one of those like Alone by Cody Jinks, where it's got like a break and more. It's the very last song on Pageant Material. It's really good.
I mean, I've listened to it because I've listened to that CD a few times. I just can't remember it.
Yeah, it's the last one from that album.
I'll add these to the playlist and everything. But Follow Your Arrow.
Casey Musgraves. So
Merry-Go-Round is good. That's the one that kind of got her name out there.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I have cons about her, but we'll do an episode on her eventually. And
I know that we're gonna. Yeah, I know we're gonna do one, but yeah, no, she is good though overall.
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, like I was looking at what was I listening to. I was obviously listening to Whiskey Myers a lot, but
it goes without saying I was listening to them a lot as well.
So the only other thing I really listened to recently that wasn't either our playlist or Whiskey Myers was I listened to a podcast called S-Town or Shit Town.
Stop plugging other people's podcasts.
Hey, maybe they'll plug us one day. Wait, what? But it's just kind of it's from this like the same people who did Serial and stuff. It's just really good. So it's like about a dude in Georgia, and it's if anyone or Alabama, maybe I don't remember. It's from the South. It's from it's Alabama because he calls it Shit Town, Alabama. That's a good one. It was like a quick 7-part miniseries that came out all at once. It was entertaining. It had a really dark turn halfway through it, and then it just got even more interesting. But so if anyone wants other podcasts to listen to besides us, like I'm subscribed to I think 15 or 20 podcasts. So obviously, I wouldn't say only listen to ours. Listen to a bunch of podcasts because they're awesome.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to 2.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to a lot.
It's only 2.
I'm subscribed to a lot of comedy ones, Australian ones, and video game ones. But
Oh, speaking of Australian ones, I got an email today from a recruiter saying, have you ever thought about moving to Australia? And I'm like, I have not. But how much money are you going to give me?
$10.
I thought it was really interesting. Yeah, it was a recruiting email for Australia. I'm like, that's a bit of a leap.
Was it spam or was it in your actual work business?
No, it was an auditing position in Australia.
Huh. Be like, I don't know how to audit Australian money.
What's the exchange rate?
Their money's worth a lot less, so you'd actually be a lot richer. But yeah, so that's all I was listening to. I didn't have much this week. I've been watching a lot of Modern Family.
Modern Family. Yeah, no, I caught up on Modern Family and caught up on New Girl. Both great shows.
Yeah,
both very funny.
I'm gonna watch Invader Zim again because now that I saw the news that's returning, I'm very excited. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That show melted my childhood brain and made me dumb, and I love it. So yeah. Anyway, I'll do some plugs.
Plug it up.
Unless you have anything else.
Nah, I got nothing else.
Okay. I got the shirt. Still no one's bought it. Don't care. I have it and I like it. I wear it when
I will buy it, I swear.
Whatever.
Or it's just going to become a recurring running joke that I'm going to keep saying I'm going to buy the shirt at the end of the show, and I never do.
Yeah. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud at The Hodgecast. Email us at thehodgecast@gmail.com. You can find
Have you gotten any emails?
From myself.
To prove that it works?
Yeah. Spotify playlist is Hodge Podcast Picks. If you want to listen to the songs we talk about every episode. My Facebook and Twitter is Steve Hodge Music. Kevin's Twitter is Charchford. That's I'm double checking. Yeah, that's about it for this week. We got this episode went longer than I thought it would because I didn't think I'd have much to say on Whiskey Myers, but apparently I was wrong.
Yes, wow.
All right, so yeah.
Well, they're amazing, so.
Yes, we are. All right, so next week we'll be talking about Sam Hunt. So,
as always, stay tuned.
Look forward to that. So, until next week, I am Steve Hodge, joined by Kevin Hodge, saying goodbye, good night, and good Charlotte.
I love you.